Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video, we're going to take a look at Regigigas in the Open Master League. I used an elite charge TM in order to get the new signature move or Crush Grip onto this Pokemon, which is honestly a very strong move with I think 110 power. It's a stab move and 50 energy, which is by far the cheapest move this Pokemon can learn, which makes it a definitely interesting choice for the Open Master League. We are going to run the fast move of Hidden Power Ghost, which is alright, which allows us to completely destroy any of the Necrozmas, for example. Hidden Power Ice apparently is the most used one, or the best one that you can run. I was quite happy with Hidden Power Ghost, to be fair. Hidden Power Ice, for example, is going to be resisted by the Zacian Zamazenta, which Hidden Power Ghost isn't. Hidden Power Ground could be cool as well, being able to do neutral damage against the dragons, as well as super effective damage against Zacian Zamazenta, as well as Rhyperior. But yeah, we have Hidden Power Ghost here. I have a Hundo actually as well that I still could build, but I need the X Alchemy that has Hidden Power Ice, which is generally seen as the best fast move there for this Pokemon. But yeah, I had this one already built, so I only need a few more X Alchemy to fully max it out, which it is now. And now we have Crush Grip on this Pokemon as well, which just makes it a little bit better. In the first battle, we are already going to be able to win. And honestly, you most likely expect that this is gonna go really bad, but it didn't. And honestly, it just didn't go bad at all. Regigigas, especially in my final set, which you're gonna see here today as well, had so much play. And we see here, for example, Togekiss swapping in onto a Crush Grip when you see how much the Crush Grip did there. But sadly, they have more fast move pressure. That's the issue with Hidden Power. Hidden Power is pretty bad. Yeah, it just doesn't really do anything great. But we were able to get to another Crush Grip quite fast enough that the opponent's still going to have a CMP here against them, which is going to be alright. We have now that shield advantage, and if they want to go back into Kyogre, they're going to be dealing with the Palkia here, but we're gonna get Hardwalled. There's going to be that Palkia coming in, and I'm gonna go ahead and go for the Awkward Tail, which I do think is the better move to go for, as this will allow me to get, hopefully, yeah, a lot of damage still onto the opponent. We kind of want to put them into a farm down range here for our Zacian. And yeah, as you're gonna see here, we are going to be able to go ahead and go for a shield. And this is going to be totally fine. We're going to be able to get a ton of energy here. And they have a ton of energy on the Kyogre. We just have to get the timing right here. The only way we can lose is if we go for a close combat on a CMP tie. But as he didn't do this here, we should be kind of fine, as they're going to have now 2 close combats stored. I went for that extra free fast move, because now they're going to use a shield here anyway. The charge move, the fast move damage already came in before my debuff. If I went straight for my move, the fast move damage wolf came in basically yeah, after my debuff, which would have done more damage. But as you can see here, we're going to win also the second battle. And as said before, this team was really solid, which is so funny. Yeah, as we will see here, this is going to be an interesting one as well. We're going to have here the Zacian mirror matchup, which is cool. We're going to be able to go ahead and use a shield. Close combat is coming through, and we're going to use another shield here afterwards, which is alright as well. It's going to be another close combat, but this is the issue with this matchup. Yeah, I have to hope that I can fully farm them down, which I wasn't really trusting. This is very likely going to be a close combat now onto our Regigigas, which is not ideal, but we're going to be able to knock out the Zacian. We have a ton of energy on our own Zacian, but it's not looking too great. Hidden Power Ice would be great here, but yeah, I have to go into my own Zacian again here, I think. And they have the Ho-Oh in the back, and that's going to be a good game. There's not a lot that I can do here as well. So yeah, this is not something I can win here at all, even though I have a great matchup now. I just don't even have the Dragon type move in order to hit the Zygarde for this specific matchup. I'm stuck with Fire Blast, which didn't really come in clutch at all here, because I can rather run this in Elite with Fire Blast in my opinion. But I of course don't have the signature move Spatial Rent on this Pokemon. I do really hope though that we're gonna get the Spatial Rent as a just elite move eventually, because it's kind of silly that it is not the case yet. But we're gonna have here though the Zacian against us here as well. We're gonna be able to go for that Behemoth Blade. I'm gonna get the shield from them. And again, I don't really want to debuff myself early. The opponent might want to do that. They decide to go for the close combat. Yeah, they're gonna go for the debuff here. And I can just shield and hopefully get a ton of energy here. Let's see on how that's gonna go. Close combat comes through again as well. And they're gonna swap out into Urshifu, which allows me to go for my close combat to get a ton of damage onto them. I cannot go into my Regigigas, so I'm gonna go into my Palkia, and I can farm up a ton of energy. They very likely can go for a Dynamic Punch first, though. This is gonna do a ton of damage if it's gonna be the Dynamic Punch, as you're gonna see here. But we can go for the full farm down. Urshifu goes down, and let's see what is coming in next. It's going to be the Zacian again, and here again, I could have went, of course, for the Fire Blast if I really wanted to, but double Aqua Tail is way smarter, as it's gonna get us some more damage onto them, guaranteed, and the shield. But what you maybe saw there as well is they swapped out into their own Palkia, and I'm gonna be now in a bit of a tough spot here. I have to go for the close combat, but I have to still take that hit, and I still kinda, I don't know if I can win this battle here, and it's gonna be a very close one. We're gonna have here the close combat coming through. This is going to allow us to do a ton of damage against the opponent, but it's not going to be enough now. Can we farm them down with our own Palkia? Yes, we can, but now it's down to our... Yeah, sadly, it's gonna be down to our Regigigas, and they are gonna be in a very positive situation for themselves, as at this point, even one close combat is going to be enough to take us out. Palkia is going to be next here, and we will see the Volcanion coming in. We're going to be able to swap out into, our own Palkia, which can resist basically the main damage output of this Pokemon. Sludge Bomb is coming in, and even if I'm going to get hit by another Sludge Bomb, it's going to be alright. One Aqua Tail is going to be enough to get a lot of damage already onto them, enough that I don't need to use a shield here, and I can still align myself after, which is great. We're gonna maybe even get to another Aqua Tail, which you can against the opponent's Palkia. Not gonna do a lot, but at the end of the day, any kind of damage helps in order to put them into range or close combat for our other one, but it's down now to Ho-Oh against the Regigigas. That is going to be an interesting matchup here, which most likely not going to work out too well for us as well. Here, Crush Grip is coming in. This is going to allow us to get the shield from them. We're going to try our best to go for another move in time, but we can't, and we are forced to go for a shield here as the Earthquake is coming through, and they decide to swap out. If you have to swap out as well, I have at least a Thunderstort. So, the way I can still win this is if I can somehow get a ton of energy here and force a shield from the opponent's Ho-Oh. But can I do that? I'm not too sure. Like, let's see how this is gonna go. We have the Aqua Tail coming through, we have to go for the close combat here now, and we somehow still have to get the shield from the opponent's Ho-Oh as well. Let's see if this is gonna work out with a Behemoth Blade. But then again, can I swap out of here? I can swap out of here, so I can force them to go for a charge move. I got two hidden powers through, which is going to allow us to get them super low. They go for Brave Bird, and we can still win with our Zacian here. Also, is it Zacian or is it Zacian? Like, I've seen several different kind of ways of saying it. I'm not too sure if my way is the correct one. Is there a correct one for Pokemon things anyway? I have no idea. I just say Zacian. Is it Zacian? I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But yeah, let me know down below. Would be interesting. Anyway, we're going to have the mirror matchup of the Pokemon that I'm not allowed to say anymore. This is going to be an interesting one here as well, as I'm going to swap out into my Regigigas. Regigigas can use a shield. And I hope that they're going to swap out afterwards, because I have so much coverage with this thing, but they stay in and go for another close combat. I can take the hits. Regigigas is at the end of the day here, for me, mainly something like another shield. Like, that's basically what the job is of this Pokemon, which sounds a bit rough, but it is what it is, and yeah, that's the job of Regigigas, to be a shield, which is kind of funny. And also, we're gonna see a one matchup later on though, where Regigigas is going to be actually a really, really cool one. So, let's take a look here. We're going to have the opponent coming in here with their Palkia. Now the Kyurem is coming in. If I had Spatial Rent, I would have won this battle here straight away. I would have definitely won this battle straight away, because I would have been able to knock them out there. But I don't have that Spatial Rent, which is so annoying. Like, I wish I had one with Spatial Rent. But I could maybe even see if I could build another Palkia and then have like both versions. But I have a Shando here. Like, I really feel like the Shando is so much cooler. So I don't know. But here we're sadly going to lose because we don't have Spatial Rent. But good game to the opponent. Let's take a look at the next one. We're going to have Palkia against an Elite. Triple resisting the fast move of the opponent is kind of showing already. This is going to be a very solid one for us, but again, Metal Claw is sadly going to not do a lot of damage as well. I could see Metal Claw getting nerfed in the future though, just in order to kind of make Zacian not as strong. but we see on what is gonna go on there. Like, look at this thing, it comes through here again, does a lot of damage. I could use a shield here if I want to. I don't want to. I'm just gonna get rid of my Regigigas, as we kind of see most of the time. So yeah, of course, I won most of the battles on the back of Zacian and Palkia. Absolutely, I don't need to try to lie about this. No, Regigigas was not the strongest Pokemon I've ever run, but it was fun. Like, it was so much fun to play Regigigas because I love to have challenges in Pokemon Go PvP. I love to just like go in with a team that people don't really expect you to win with, and then just surprise people with complete like randomness there. And here I give the opponent a free fast move. There was a tiny bit of lag before I went for the charge move myself, so that's gonna be my excuse for today. Maybe I was just bad at timing there, I'm not too sure, but I had a little bit of lag there. But it is what it is, doesn't really matter, because you can catch the move here. So, if they go for Sacred Fire, they're gonna knock me out, but I have enough energy to get to an Aqua Tail on the other one. If they go for Brave Bird, I can knock them out with my Zacian here, so good game there. We are going to be able to win this one, and we can move on, also to the next opponent, where we will see the Necrozma here. I saw bot straight away into my Regigigas. Maybe I should went to my Palkia instead. I don't know, maybe I should run to my Palkia instead, because Necrozma is getting basically nowhere here. I sadly don't get to the Thunder Show, went for the Crush Grip against the opponent Zacian as well. I mess up the battle here a little bit for sure. I could have played things there way better, and I think it's currently in a position where I'm not even too sure if it's something that I can still fix. I am going to be forced to go for a double shield against the opponent here, as they have 2 close combat stored now. I could farm them down, but I assume they would want to swap out of here into their own Necrozma again. They do exactly this, what I expected as well. And with that, they're going to be in a very solid position. They play this really well. We're going to be able to swap out here into the Palkia. We are going to be able to take a hit as well. This is going to be a Moongeist Beam, but we can only go for an Aqua Tail, which is not going to be enough to knock them out. And so, yeah, this is going to be a bit of a tough one here. We will see that this is going to be hopefully enough for us to fight. Nah, they can sadly knock us out here in time. And so, well done from the opponent. I think I could have played better. I think if I went into my Palkia instead, I would have been in a bit of a spot there. But we have another mirror here. Like, Zacian is basically in every single battle. And like, I'm not too sure if this is great for the Master League, to be fair. I don't know if it's the thing that people really want to have. The good thing about Zacian is, like, this Pokemon at least has been released several times before even this recent event where you were able to get the special form here. So, like, people should be able to at least get the XL version of this one. But they sub out and catch the close combat on the Necrozma, and you see already what the Regigigas can do when it actually ends up in a scenario it wants to be in. It just completely destroys Necrozma, like completely destroys Necrozma, ending up with so much energy. And I have like Crush Grip now, I have the Thunder still stored, they're gonna go into the Zacian, but even here Crush Grip, I know that Thunder is going to be the better move to go for, but it's going to be here the cheaper move. And it's still stab, and it still would do a lot of damage against the opponent, because Regigigas has so much attack as well. The stats of this Pokemon are ridiculous, and we see it here already. Second to last battle, look at this damage, like literally nearly knocking out that Palkia with a neutral hit. Regigigas honestly was so much fun. I had a lot of fun with this video today. If you enjoy Regigigas Showcase as well, feel free to leave a like again, helps out the channel a ton. But yeah, stay tuned for a lot of interesting content coming up towards Pokemon Go PvP as well. And let's move on to the next opponent, where we will encounter Landorus and Lily. That is not going to be ideal for us, but let's see how we can play around it. We have our shield here, we have our Regigigas. It's gonna take the Sensi Storm, and honestly it takes it quite well. It can take even another one, but the opponent makes it very smart there. They decide to swap out now into the hole, which is not too smart though, is that they decide to use a shield against the Thunder. I know Thunder is super effective, but like, think about it, we're debuffed, like it's the non-stab move. There are gonna be other things. What is also not smart is, I think if I went for the Crush Grip instead, I would have been in a better position, because I think I would have got to another move as well. Does it matter? It doesn't. They have Solar Beam, which is alright. I give them another free fast move because I thought that this would actually knock them out already, and I thought that we would go CMP type, but neither of the things I expected to happen did actually happen. So yeah, that's not really ideal. I go for the Behemoth Blade here. Not ideal either. I don't know if Close Combat would have done enough damage there to get them into farmland range. It definitely would have not done enough damage to knock them out there, but we would be able to get the shield here anyway, and now I can take the hit. and I could try my best to go for the full farm down, which I think is maybe my play. I could use a shield here and just farm them all the way down. Awkward Tears coming through. You will get the swap out here now onto the Broguiere against the opponent's Lannerers, but I'm going to be forced to go ahead and go for the Behemoth Blade here still as well. This is going to knock them out. I could have went for one extra fast move, but I didn't really want to take more damage on myself. And luckily, they make a big mistake. They swap out into the Broguiere, which will allow me now to go for a shield, fully farm them down. And with this, I have a charge move stored against the Ho-Oh. I think the Ho-Oh has a charge move stored as well, but we win the CMP type, and we will be able to win this battle here as well. Thanks so much for watching. This was a lot of fun. This last set was a 4-1 with Regigigas in the Open Master League. So hopefully you enjoyed this one. If you did, feel free to leave a like here. See you then. Bye bye.